Alright guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's a Champion Fan Zone here again on another episode of Chelsea latest transfer and update, right? So today I come with Bedu where concerning Chelsea. So today we are going to be looking at Chelsea updates. Number one is about Chelsea game yesterday. We are going to give a preview about Chelsea game yesterday. Number two, we talk about the Stamford Bridge. Yes, Chelsea will not partake in the Champions League game this season, but there are some games that will be played in Champions League. But later we're going to break it down so you guys will understand, right? Then I think the third on the list is Liam Delap. We talk about him because there is some people we hear about Liam Delap, right? Then the fourth and last but not the least is about Enzo Fernandez. Right, as a Chelsea fan watching this video, I want you to do a favor for me before we proceed. Go to that subscription button, hit it very loud, turn that bell on for you to be receiving updates anytime we drop our video, right? So while you're doing that, may God bless you. Amen. First, we start with the game Chelsea played yesterday. Chelsea played with Real Sociedad yesterday, and the scoreline was Chelsea 3, while Real Sociedad 1. Pedro scored 2 goals, while Morgan Rogers scored 1 goal in the game. Starting for the first half, Chelsea had a very brilliant start. Like in the first half of the game, in the 11th minute, Chelsea scored. But Chelsea later, conceded goal in the first half. Before the first half, Chelsea conceded a goal, right? And I think the reason why Chelsea conceded that goal is because of these our defenders. They are this partial consistent. They are inconsistent, right? In that game, first half precisely, there were these errors and mistakes because sometimes if our defenders are under pressure, they can do some certain mistakes. So that is what they did yesterday. You understand? So Chelsea did absolutely well. And I must give my special appreciation to Morgan Rogers, Pedro, Pedro, and the rest who contributed a lot in this game yesterday, right? Then I must give my ratings. That's top 5 best players in yesterday's game. We're going to start from the 5th person, is Malo Gusto. He was brilliant in attack yesterday. He was brilliant in attack, and he was the one who gave an assist to Pedro's goal yesterday, right? Then the 4th person is Reece James. He showed a leadership skill yesterday by leading the team to the winning side. He contributed in assists, right? So he did absolutely well, and he needs to be recognized for the kind job that he did yesterday, right? Then the 3rd person is what is it called? Pedro Neto. He was very brilliant in attack. I personally, I want him to leave, but what he did yesterday a little bit changed my mind a bit. It changed my mind a bit, right? So he's a very good player. I love him for that. He showed a brilliant performance in yesterday's game, right? So please, the Premier League is coming on Friday, so we're going to see what they're going to do in our next game against Fulham. Then the 2nd person is Morgan Rogers. Just his first game, he scored a goal. That is what we know a good player for, right? He did absolutely well. I appreciate that. I love that, right? Then again, the first person is Pedro. Yeah, Pedro should be in my first, calculation, right? Then to the other side, Chelsea need to do something about our defense. Chelsea should punish our defense line very, very well because there is a lot happening on the defense line. Let our players be consistent. Sometimes let us summon the courage to extinguish pressure. When they are under pressure, they should do well defensively, right? Then next we talk about game that will be playing on the Stamford Bridge. Like we all know, Chelsea will not partake in the Champions League this season, but Donetsk will play their game in the Stamford Bridge because of the good relationship that they have. The war that's still ongoing in the Ukraine was the exact reason why they decided to postpone, their game. They have played games in Poland, in Krakow, in Warsaw. There are some relevant places that they have played game, but now they want to use this relationship to play in Chelsea Football Club. And I think that one thing that united Chelsea and Shakhtar Donetsk is because of Mikhail Modric. So right now, coming again, Mikhail Modric is free. You see, the relationship is becoming more strong, right? So as a Chelsea fan, what do you have to say about it? The next we talk about is Liam Delap. Now, Liam Delap don't want to leave Chelsea. And as well, he don't want to leave Premier League club. If I thought he wants to leave Chelsea, he wants to play in the Premier League club where he will gonna be meeting Chelsea in every season. He wants to be meeting Chelsea so he can pay revenge of what Chelsea has done to him, right? But to be honest, he needs to leave Chelsea. To be honest, Liam Delap, if he wants to perform well, then he needs to leave Chelsea or leave on loan. So as a Chelsea fan, what do you have to say about this Liam Delap issue? Because honestly, the guy don't want to come out. Chelsea don't want to pursue him, right? And the next we talk about is Enzo Fernandez. Now, can I tell you as a Chelsea fan, there is a possibility of Chelsea selling Enzo Fernandez, regardless of this transfer cycle that just happened in this week. There is a possibility of Chelsea letting Enzo Fernandez go, and there is another possibility of Manchester City still, to sign Enzo Fernandez. Forget about what happened just on Friday. If Manchester City want to sign Enzo Fernandez, even in 120, they can still sign him. 119, they can still sign him. That is the simple truth. They can still get Enzo Fernandez. But it's just that they used these few days to remove some eyes of people in Enzo Fernandez. Understand the chemistry, understand the mathematics. They just want to use mathematics to take our eyes off from Enzo Fernandez, so that if Manchester City come, it will be like a surprise. So there is a possibility of Chelsea selling Enzo Fernandez, and there is a possibility of Manchester City still, going forward to sign Enzo Fernandez. As a Chelsea fan, what do you have to say about this update? You can kindly go to my comment section and tell me what you think. So bye.